Hey there, and welcome. Ever look at the phone in your hand or your favorite pair of sneakers and just wonder, how did this get here? Well, every single product has a secret life, a hidden story of how it went from a wild idea to something you use every day. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover that story.
Think about it. That app you can't live without, your go-to coffee mug, none of it just magically appeared. It all began as a tiny spark, a little flicker of an idea in someone's head. Often, it was a solution to a problem you didn't even realize you had yet.
So, how does that happen? What's the real journey from that aha moment to the thing that's actually sitting in your shopping cart? It's a really fascinating and, yeah, often pretty complex process.
And believe me, this is not just a random series of events. It's a carefully guided life story. It has a beginning, a middle, and sometimes an end. So let's dive in and trace the life of a product, right from its very first breath.
Okay, every story has a beginning, and for a product, that's its birth. This first chapter is all about the magic of turning a thought into a thing. In the business world, they have a name for this: new product development. First things first, what even is a product? You might be surprised. It's a much bigger idea than you think. It's not just stuff you can touch. A product is literally anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy some kind of want or need. And products basically come in two main flavors. You've got goods. These are the physical, tangible things you can actually own, like a car or a new jacket. Then you have services, those intangible experiences, like getting a haircut or using your banking app. The huge difference? You can't put a haircut in a closet and save it for later. It's created and used at the same time. So how do these new products actually get made? They follow a structured process called new product development, or NPD for short. You can think of it as the playbook, the step-by-step recipe that takes an idea from a sketch on a napkin all the way to a big market launch. And this playbook has some really clear stages. It all starts with idea generation, just brainstorming, right? Then you move to concept development, where you flesh out the best ideas and, crucially, test them with real people. Next up, market analysis to make sure there's actually a demand for it. Then comes the fun part, design and development, where a prototype gets built. After that, it's all about rigorous testing and validation. If it passes, it's ready for commercialization, the big launch. But it doesn't stop there. The final step is constantly evaluating and improving based on feedback. So, the product is officially born and out in the world. Now what? Well, its story is just getting started. It's about to enter the next chapter, which you can kind of think of like the 4 seasons of its life. This is what's known as the product lifecycle, or PLC. And yeah, it's a lot like a human life. A product is introduced, it grows, it reaches maturity, and eventually it declines. And for any company, understanding which season their product is in is absolutely crucial. Let's quickly walk through these seasons. First is the introduction phase. The product is brand new, so the whole game is about building awareness. Then, hopefully you hit the growth stage, and sales start taking off like a rocket. After that comes maturity. This is where sales peak, but it's also when competition gets fierce. And finally, you have decline, when sales start to dip and a company has to make a tough call, reinvent the product or let it go. Now, the truly great companies, they get that product creation and the life cycle aren't separate things. They're totally connected. I mean, look at Apple. They don't just launch an iPhone and forget about it. No way. They are constantly innovating to keep it from declining. Same with Tesla. They use customer feedback to push out software updates that keep their cars feeling brand new. Okay, but let's be real. A product is more than just a collection of features moving through a life cycle. To truly connect with people, to really stand out, it needs an identity. It needs a brand. Branding is really the art of creating a unique home for a product inside a consumer's mind. It's the story, the gut feeling, the reputation. It's all the stuff that makes you choose one thing over another, even if they look almost identical on the shelf. And when you do branding really, really well, you create this powerful thing called brand equity. This is the simple reason you might pay more for a Tylenol than the generic store brand, even if the active ingredient is exactly the same. It's that extra value, that trust, that comes with the name alone. So how do they build that equity? Well, a key strategy is brand positioning. This is all about carving out a specific, unique spot in the marketplace. You have to ask, are we the luxury choice? The most affordable? The most innovative? Answering that is how you stand out in a super crowded room. And that leads right into brand personality. Just think about it. Some brands feel rugged and adventurous, others feel sleek and sophisticated. By giving products these human-like traits, companies make it way easier for us to connect with them, almost like they're a person. All right, so a company has a product, they understand its life cycle, and they've built a powerful brand. Now for the big question. What's next? How do they grow? They need a strategy, a map to guide them into the future. And a classic tool for this is the Ansoff matrix. It looks complicated, but it's a super simple way to think about growth. There are 4 basic paths. First, market penetration, selling more of your current stuff to your current customers. Think Starbucks creating its rewards program. Second, product development, creating new stuff for your current customers. That's like Apple creating AirPods for all its iPhone users. Third is market development, taking your current stuff to new places. Imagine your favorite local coffee shop opening a branch in another city. And finally, diversification, the riskiest path, making totally new stuff for totally new people. That's like Google going from a search engine to making self-driving cars.
You know, when you boil it all down, all these concepts, from development to branding to strategy, it's all about one thing: knowledge. It reminds me of what Benjamin Franklin said: an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Understanding the secret life of products is what really separates the good companies from the truly great ones. So there you have it, the secret journey of a product, from a tiny spark of an idea to a global brand. Now that you know the roadmap, you'll probably never look at the things you buy in quite the same way again. The only real question left is, what's the next great idea going to be?